shots from 100 yards and account for 65% of all strokes you take in a round of golf. That number comes from Arccos Golf data across more than 150,000 golfers. Your wedges are not a minor accessory. They are the clubs deciding most of your scorecard, and most golfers are setting them up completely wrong. Drop a comment telling us where you are watching from and subscribe. Now, we break down golf equipment using actual data from multiple independent sources, and if you want the complete guide to buying the right equipment before you spend another $1 at the pro shop, the link to our ebook is in the description. Here are 5 wedge mistakes costing you strokes every round, and 3 fixes that will save you 10 strokes. Number 1. Big, uneven yardage gaps between wedges. Caddy HQ confirmed one of the biggest mistakes amateur golfers make is having big, inconsistent yardage gaps between wedges. Finding out you have a 30-yard gap with no comfortable full swing club between 2 distances is, in their words, a terrible feeling. The Smarter Play confirmed your wedge lofts should create even distance gaps of 10 to 15 yards between clubs, and the most common error is a gap between the pitching wedge and the next wedge in the bag. The problem has gotten worse over the last decade. GOLFTEC confirmed today's stronger iron lofts can leave a significant distance gap between the pitching wedge and the next club. A modern 46-degree pitching wedge paired with a traditional 56-degree sand wedge creates a 10-degree gap with no club in between. That gap shows up on the course as a shot you cannot commit to. Number 2. Skipping the gap wedge entirely. GOLFTEC identified the gap wedge as one of the most overlooked distance gaps in an amateur golfer's bag. Many golfers skip it entirely and then wonder why they are inconsistent from 90 to 110 yards, described as the most underutilized scoring club in amateur golf. Caddy HQ confirmed the gap wedge sits between 49 and 53 degrees specifically to fill the yardage hole between your pitching wedge and sand wedge. Without it, you are forced into a partial pitching wedge swing or an oversized full sand wedge swing for every shot in that window. Neither produces the consistency a dedicated club delivers. Number 3. Using the same bounce for every course condition. MyGolfSpy's simulator testing confirmed wedge setups need to match your swing, your course conditions, and your actual shot pattern, not a generic template. The Smarter Play confirmed lower bounce of 4 to 6 degrees, suits tight lies and firmer turf, while higher bounce of 10 to 14 degrees is ideal for soft conditions or steep swings. Most golfers buy one bounce specification and play it everywhere, regardless of conditions. MyGolfSpy's simulator data made the point directly. If your 56-degree wedge with 14 degrees of bounce produces inconsistent contact while your 52-degree with 8 degrees is pure every time, you likely need less bounce across your entire setup. The data should be telling you what your swing needs, not the other way around. Number 4. Playing worn grooves without realizing it. Par West. Golf confirmed wedge grooves wear down faster than most golfers think, especially with frequent practice or sandy conditions. As grooves wear, shots launch higher with less spin, particularly from the rough, where spin matters most for stopping the ball. Frequent players should consider replacement every 1 to 2 seasons. Occasional players can stretch to every 3 to 4 seasons. The wedge that used to stop your pitch shot on a dime 2 years ago may now be the reason your ball is releasing 10 feet past the hole. Nothing about your swing changed. The grooves did. Number 5. Chasing total distance numbers instead of carry. MyGolfSpy confirmed most golfers focus on total distance, where the ball ends up after landing and rolling, when carry distance is what actually matters for approach shots. A 105-yard shot that rolls out to 115 on firm fairways only carries 105 yards. If you are building your wedge gapping around total distance numbers from a range session on soft turf, those numbers will betray you the moment you play a firm course. The 3 that save you 10 strokes. The first fix is building your gapping from your actual pitching wedge loft, not a generic chart. USA Golf Magazine confirmed you should anchor your wedge matrix from your pitching wedge loft specifically. Most players perform best with 4 to 6 degree gaps and distinct carry windows for each club. If your pitching wedge is 44 degrees, GOLFTEC confirmed your first dedicated wedge should be no more than 48 to 50 degrees to maintain proper gapping. Get this right and the 30-yard hole in your bag disappears. The second fix is adding a dedicated gap wedge between 49 and 53 degrees if you do not already carry one. This single addition closes the most commonly skipped distance window in amateur golf and turns your 90 to 110 yard approach shots from a guess into a repeatable swing. The third fix is matching bounce to your actual home course conditions, rather than a default specification. The Smarter Play confirmed you can always open the face to reduce effective bounce on a wedge, but you cannot add bounce to a low bounce wedge after the fact. If your course plays soft and wet, higher bounce protects you. If it plays firm and tight, lower bounce lets the club work through impact without bouncing into the ball. The Smarter Play's wedge data confirmed that 78% of PGA Tour players carry 4 wedges, built around precise gapping rather than guesswork. You do not need 4 wedges to score better. You need the gapping, the bounce, and the grooves that actually match how you play. What is your current wedge setup? Drop your lofts in the comments. Subscribe. We follow the data, not the marketing.